Well, good morning, folks. It's 16th, Friday the 16th of May. And looks like we're getting another flood. Supposed to get 10 to 15 inches today. Started last night. It kind of real hard rain this morning when I got up. A lot of wind. The field was more or less a lake down there again. It's went down pretty quick so far. It just did let up. I was out here in the shop. So we'll take a lap around and see what things look like. I sold the, I'm pretty sure I sold the rollback. Guy give me cash down come middle of this next week to pick it up. So yeah, it's a good old truck. So I knew that about the first person that would come to look at it would end up buying it. So I don't like Big Yellow Friend sitting outside. Well, the main reason I put it in the shed there, it was parked out here. The main reason because the storm they was talking about golf ball size hail coming, and so I put the golf carts in the shop there so I could put Mr. Rollback in under cover there. Definitely didn't want to take a chance of busted windshield or anything like that, but really seriously looking for either a big motorhome carport or something so I can put my Big Yellow Friend in. And she don't seem to mind it, but I could tell when she was sitting in the shop she really liked it. So while we're in between rain showers here, let's go around because we got a bunch of wind come in this morning when I got up about 6 o'clock. Sorry, I got a cough. But that there is helping. Those sticks there, I don't know if I put you on a video before. My lovely little wife in there putting a bunch of them on, but those sticks there in that topsoil I was gathering up when I was cleaning up the mess up there, and I was just gonna kind of shift through it or whatever so I can burn it, but I was thinking that's an ideal place to put that. So those sticks will sit there and rot and they'll hold that water back. I meant to get in there and put some grass seed in there, and matter of fact I went to town the other day and I was gonna get grass seed and I plumb forgot about it, and so I was gonna make another special trip in there just to get it. But I knew there was going to be a lot of rain coming in, it was predicting, so most of it would have just washed out and went on down the creek and been somebody else's grass seed. And I was thinking, well, that's all topsoil, and I've had that top of that up there scarred up quite a bit when I was clearing that woods, and I didn't sow no grass seed. That topsoil's already got all kinds of seeds in it. It's got grass, got weeds, but I don't care what it is as long as it's green and got good root system to hold that. So but I figured that was a big good idea to put that stuff right in that ditch. You can see it's going around it and it's kind of funneling through it, but it's not going to wash it out. I seen this morning when I got up that down there, when I looked down there, when this ditch is pretty well level full, it over here on the right side is a low area, and I guess the hillside here, what comes off the hillside there, and it forms another little creek down here through the grass. So I knew she was pretty full. but she's running pretty good there now. My plans are I need some rock up around the shop there and where the carports and stuff are at. And if I pick up another golf cart, if I pick up another carport for my big yellow friend, I'll need some for it. So mainly want to go around since that wind comes through there to see if I got any trees or big limbs down, because it was coming right out of the west, northwest. So, and that's kind of normal. That's not normal. Different direction normally. But I got mowed yesterday. The day before I mowed the big yard, big part with the International 806 and the big mower, and then yesterday I went over here with my Dixie chopper and caught up all that. I'm not seeing anything down. Any mail? No mail. Still waiting for that Publishers Clearinghouse, I tell you. Oh well. But I'm thankful for what I've got. He's provided real well to me. And as you can see, I take kind of pride in what I do have. So, a little limb down up there. So, had to recover the sawmill last night. I was coming through there yesterday afternoon late, and I don't know, must have had a gust of wind or something the other day, or evening or whatever, but it was a few days since I've been up on top there. The head part of the sawmill was uncovered, so I had to cover it back up. Plans are, as soon as it dries up and they get caught up a little bit, it's going to be super wet to do anything right now as far as dirt wise. So maybe when it stops this raining and gets a little solid up there, I could go ahead and saw up the rest of those logs, and I'm going to go ahead and list the golf cart for sale, or not. Man, I got golf cart on my mind. So list the sawmill for sale. I wish when I was up there that I would have cut a ditch from the center there with the excavator and aimed it down here, and because I'm thinking what it is, I don't have much runoff at the top. You can see there's not much hill left up there. So what I think it's got is there's rock exposed up there, and I believe whatever water is raining, it's saturating down in that rock. It's got a vein coming down about the center there. You can see that rock there. And it's causing the rain, the water just come on down and just saturate this. So I did do that when I got the excavator over here. I went ahead and got up in there because I got that one stump out, and I went ahead and dug a trench there, and it is actually running, so it's coming all the way down. So, and then I cut another one over going around that way coming down, so it's got a way to drain. It's going to be August or something before I do anything to that. June, July. So what my plans are right now, is to go ahead and flip that all back up there. And if I have to, I was thinking flip that all back up there, and the reason I kept those big long logs is I'm going to go ahead and cut a trench down and basically have them just barely covered, but down in the ground, holding that bank. I believe that will work. And that was kind of a cliff right in here anyway. You can see that over there. So what I'll probably have to end up doing is take these trees down and gate all this, and just gate all this dirt here and stuff, and then reshape that where it's not a cliff. So I have to move the creek out this way just a little bit. So that's what my plans are anyway. So I can take those logs and get them down, and I could just cut them and use them for I could do that. Cut them and use those root wads and stuff there, leave them there, and then that will act as a back. Yep, that's my plan is. Yeah, I've had this scarred up out here numerous of times. When we first bought the place, way out here, it was growed up with trees, shrubs, and everything else. So I went in there and cleared it all the way back to the creek. So it is wet down here. You can see I got some grass seed coming up there. So I'm hoping I'll be able to keep that big old beech there. I'm hoping there's enough roots up there holding it, because it kind of looks pretty nice there now, even though it's got a humongous big limb you can see come out of it. But and I got the grass seeds coming down, that's coming up in there. So I wish I would have sowed it a little thicker, but like I said, that topsoil has got, well, for that, like that instance up there, see where the light got there, where up the top there where I cleared that by hand when I first bought the place. Once that sun gets to where it hits that bare ground, and you see what a shady area, it's kind of spotty, but once the sun hits that bare ground, it gets a good stand of weeds, grass, whatever. At least it's green, I don't care. So I don't need a yard up there. But yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I'll go ahead and leave those there. And those root wads, I plan on putting them down in the ditch. I got root wads at the top yet. I got those two big root wads. I could just use them, fill that in the ditch there. It'd be years and years and 2 or 3 generations before that rots. So anyway, we got the sun coming out. Glad I got mowed when I did. When I had mowed Wednesday, I was going to think leave it for Thursday, but I'm glad I did what I did. You can see it's this here is usually a river here when it comes to big rain. So that's going to be my new through the year brush pile. If I get a tree down or limbs or big limbs or whatever come down, I'm going to just pile them there. But I ain't going to have to worry about it if it's going to wash down in out here in the field or anything. So I'll just keep piling it, and then the fall of the year I'll go ahead and light the fire. if it's going to circle back around and come back and get it or not. We'll go up here and check out the other little wood part on the east side of the property. Corn's looking really good. Yeah, I sprayed fence rows and all the woods around the trees. Did that the day before yesterday too. And normally the woods I only have to spray once a year. So little angel guy still standing up there. I seen that in the ditch mowing, and I said, what the heck? Was that thing been buried for years or whatever and just got exposed? And then when I got over here yesterday to dig it out, I said, I seen it was missing its head, and I seen its head laying over there. And I said, what's the odds of that? Because I got one just like that up there at the telephone pole at the shop, and it was missing its head. And what's the odds of that? So I asked my lovely little wife there, and I said, did you throw a little angel guy down here in the ditch? Yeah. Got tired of looking at it without his head. My intentions was for years now is go ahead and epoxy or silicone or something his head back on there, but it just never did get around to it. So I think he's a good place right there. So seems like he likes it there. This ditch is healing up really good. It was pretty deep, and that straw bales is doing its job. These are classic examples. See, all that topsoil and stuff comes down there, and then it just settles in and just eventually fills it up. So what I need to do is, you need to get some more straw bales and put one on each side, because you can see it's still be pretty deep there. And I'll take the rest of those straw bales that I got right up in there, and then, well, I think it's filling up quite a bit, so I can go ahead and just leave it like this. See, it's got grass coming up through there, and as long as it'll slow that water down. Looks like it's not too bad. I need to go ahead and put those straw bales, if I had a bunch of them, looks to me like I need to put them in there edgeways all the way down through there. Or get a bunch of those sticks, topsoil, but I'm not planning on doing much more clearing, so. Don't see any big limbs down. Well, see a few there, but I think that's ones that are already piled up there. I think I got the big Shred X truck sold from a neighbor. he likes tinkering on stuff like that, and he was needing storage. And I'm kind of on the fence about that too. So my plans was to go ahead this year and get that bed off of there. I was needing that little cabinet there. I was going to put that on my gooseneck trailer because it needs a storage. And they're all made out of aluminum. That whole bed's made out of aluminum. Think about it. And so I was planning on putting it, move that shed there, and that's where my wood shop's on the left, right there. Well, it's on the other side, up in the front of the shed, in front of that gas tank. I was going to move the gas tank, and I was going to put this thing, this bed. Man, that's over exaggeration. Be ideally if I use that shed, and I was going to do my dust collection system and get it out of the wood shop and run it all the way through into a building like that, and then just let it all the sawdust and stuff go in there and get it out of the wood shop. But that thing is like 8 foot wide, 8 foot tall, and 30 foot long. So it'd make a fantastic shed. Little girl. It's got a really good motor in it. Good transmissions. Only got 200-some thousand miles on it. Cab's looking like that because there's an air ride shock in the back of the cab there, so it more or less gets air ride. So once it gets full air, then it gets up level. But I was wanting to find like at least a tandem or a triaxle Mack dump truck about the same year that basically needs the cab and motor, and especially one with a title. This does not have a title, but anyway, got old green put back in. I put new tires on the back and of the trailer. That's the trailer I bought, the same auction I bought. FedEx truck and the rollback. And so anyway, I had the drums off up, put new bearings, but dummy me, I didn't check the magnets. I just took for granted that they would work. So needless to say, after I put all new bearings, seals and everything, and put them all back together, I did not have any trailer brakes. So doing more research, and I said, and it says, you know, after a while those magnets just go bad. So I went ahead and pulled it all off, pulled the wheels, everything back off, and checked, and I had 2 magnets that was halfway good and 2 wasn't any good at all. So I ordered new magnets, and I had already had the stainless steel wheel covers I already bought last year, because those simulators there that's on old green there came off of the Shred-X truck. That's one other reason why I bought the Shred-X truck. So I didn't need that front one right there, because I had a pair that fit on the front. I think that lift axle in the back has got the wheels like that. So anyway, that's where those simulators come off the shred up truck, and then I bought those for that back there because they was 16-inch tires. Bought them brand new, company south of here that deals with them. So I was able to put them on yesterday, and I got brakes. So been halfway thinking about selling that trailer. That's a 20-foot. I'd like to have one same size as that, but tilt top. But it's okay. Well, filled up Charlie Pond again. I noticed yesterday it was down quite a bit. Be a while for him to spread some dirt. He came over and did some welding on the Big Yellow Friend for me, so in lieu of that, he's wanting me to take down a couple of trees. That one for one, and I'm not sure where the rest of them are with the Big Yellow Friend. And then he's wanting some dirt. This dirt I took out of his pond. It was very shallow. So, and he's wanting some dirt spread around different low areas where he keeps it all mowed and looking nice over there. So well, it gets dried up. We got rain in the forecast more or less all this next week. A good chance of rain. But normally how it does here is we'll get a bunch of rain and be real wet in spring, and then it turns to a drought. And so I would say July or June. See, about June, once May gets done, I'd say we're probably done with rain, and then June, July would be really dry. But yeah, let's see if we can sneak through here. But right here is where I need gravel, as you can see. I try to get grass to grow up through there, but it's got so much clay in it, grass doesn't want to grow. If I had the sod like this out here, all the way up to that gravel, all I need is a path, so I don't need to cover all that out there anyway. I just path about where my gravel is right there. Just extend it on out to get away from this clay and stuff right here. Plans are, like I said, this is my wood shop here, is to come out along the wall and have a building or something here. You know, I could build something right there, because I got the walls of the shed and the walls are there. All I need is a roof. Gas tank is illegal anyway, they won't put no gas in it. I still got like 20% and I don't use it. Not normally here in the winter. So yeah, I can whittle up some board with the sawmill and just put a metal roof on it. And it don't have to be high. Yeah, that's an ideal. And I did something with the Big Yellow Friend. I added cameras to it. You see the backup camera right there on the back. Plus I got side cameras. There's one there on the top there, and there's one like that on the other side. And it came with a nice big monitor. You can see it in there. So that's going to make it really handy, because I can't hardly turn around anymore, and so I could just look at that camera. The camera is up there on the monitor, and it'll show me how close I actually am to a tree, and like backing up and swinging. I'll just have to get used to the definition. It's really good and clear, but you still can't really tell distances. But more or less that one on the right side and the back is what I was needing. But that was a pretty good deal, really. For $300, I think it was. Real easy to put together, all wireless. Just have to run a wire to the battery. So I'm anxious to get to use it. And she's going to be going probably do Charlie's job over there first, and when it gets dry enough, take those trees down and get that done. And then I'm moving back over to my land clearing job number 2, and I'm going to be burning those piles over there, taking the John Deere over there and leveling and picking up sticks and finishing that project. It looks like it's going to be, well, it's pretty clear now. It don't look like it's going to rain anymore. So right now I'm straightening up the shop. I've got a real bad habit anymore of, when I'm working, just pile stuff. You know, if it's in my hands, instead of putting it back, which I'm trying to get myself to quit doing that, because I've had tools come up missing. And then when I go look for a tool, it's not where it's supposed to be. And then I got to try to remember, well, where'd I use it at last, that where it's probably still laying there. So I got to get back in the habit of putting stuff, when I'm done with it, put it back to where it belongs. So anyway, we're going to get off here for now. We got a new water pump for the 1070, plus I got an alternator coming on it, but it's sitting in front of the rollback. And it'll be too muddy to back it out of the way, and it's not a have-to thing. I don't need it right away anyway, so it's going to be a while before I can mow. And now that I got my big Dixie chopper fixed back up, I can mow with it, so it's no big push on fixing the 1070. Well, I'm gonna get off here for right now and see what I get into, and we'll get back to you. GoPro stop recording.